All right, guys, what is up? Sean Ames here from Heart of America, FPV, and today we're going to talk about my favorite charger on the market, but this isn't exactly a review. This is a repair. Big time shout out on this actually to the man with too many nicknames, Mr. Waffle, Mr. Cap, Liam Flanagan himself. A month ago or so, maybe even 2 months ago, I saw a post from him where he was saying that he had broken the screen on his Hobbymate charger like this one. He actually shared a link of where to buy it. At the time when I saw that post, I was thinking, man, that's weird. I've really abused my charger pretty good. I travel with it and I've had no issues. I've never broke the screen and it's been dropped and banged around and all of that. But 2 weeks ago, when I was out racing with the Central Illinois drone racers, oddly enough, my goggle module fell out of my goggles and hit the screen. And let's plug it in here. If you can see that. Yeah, broke the screen. But I remembered Liam had made a post, and I knew exactly where to find a link to a new screen, and just got this sucker here in the mail. It's from a company called Hobby I think. They all get a little confusing. It did come from China, straight from Shenzhen, but this was the replacement screen. I know it's pretty fragile, so I want to be careful with it. But there is the replacement screen. So I didn't know what to expect in regard to getting this screen. I think I ordered it maybe a week and a half ago. In the meantime, I just decided to bite the bullet and buy another one of these chargers. Went around and thought I found a phenomenal deal. So this is just a bit of a warning. I thought I found a heck of a deal on Amazon for this charger for like $100. Maybe it was $109, something like that. So I picked it up. I bought it. Excited to have another one. So I figured I'd have one that I can travel with, one that'll stay at home. Well, I got the new version and it's down in the cabin right now, so I don't have it with me, but I got the new version right away. When I picked up the box from the mailbox, I was like, this feels really light. And then I got it out of the box. I was like, this feels a lot lighter than what I'm used to. And then I grabbed my power cord and went to plug it in, and when I looked at the back of it, this part is not there. The good deal I got on Amazon is DC only. Yeah, just a word of caution there. I'll go ahead and share some links in the description though. I will share a link to that one in case you wouldn't mind having a DC only one. That will come in handy for me. I have nice 24 volt DC power supplies I'll be able to use with that. And this is the one I will absolutely travel with though, because it's nice having the flexible power inputs. I'll also find a link to the next best deal for this charger that I can find and share that as well. But this video is going to be about taking this sucker apart. So big time thanks though to Liam for sharing the information about where to get the screen, and let's see if we can figure out how to get this sucker apart. Right away, I noticed there's two screws here in the back, so let's get those out. I'm assuming they're Phillips, and they appear to be. Woohoo, got that one out. Now my next spot to check for screws would normally be under the feet, but these feet are already removed and there's no screws there, because I highly doubt that there's only two screws holding this together. Might have to get like an iFixit thing. Yeah, that feels like there's more screws there somewhere. So they're not under those feet. I don't feel one under that. I'm going to try to take off this faceplate. I think that's just the protective cover. Yeah, I'd never taken that off. So here's the protective cover. Let's see if we can get this out of here. Screen cover situation up. Oop, okay. Just get under the corner of it here with my razor blade. Oh, look at that. There's a screw hole under there. So I think we're on the right path. Not too shabby. That came off okay. And there we go. Two more screws. Nice. Those are definitely loose. Okay. It's nice. All four screws appear to be the same. Now, can we get this to open up? There you go. Yeah, it's coming apart a lot easier than it did before. I'm just going to kind of open this up and get. There we go. It's nice to get this separated. There's just two plugs, a main power plug it looks like, and then some sort of control. And we'll turn our attention to the screen and control modules. Looks a little sketchy actually. These screws are different, so I'm going to set them off to the side. I'm just removing, there's 4 screws attaching this board to the faceplate, so I'm removing those little tiny screws. just looking at this here, we got this little clip here that we're going to unclip. That's part of the little LCD screen. Should probably use a different tool for that. Lay off to the side. We'll flip it over and see if we can figure out how to get this out of there. Oop. So there's a little hole right here. You can see the back of the screen. So I just kind of put a little pressure on it, and it did pop right out. So, and you can see here, it's the same screen. So for these tabs, just to get them kind of ready, we need to fold this back under the screen and then curl this one up. So we'll curl this one up just so it's kind of ready to go in there, and then we'll fold that back. Nice. There we go. Just a screen protector for the LCD. So yeah, this is turning out to be super easy, guys. So here's the faceplate without a screen in it. And this little ribbon cable, I'm gonna make sure it goes through that little window. That's where the last one was at. Try not to manhandle it too much. Whoop. And I'm actually gonna take a little piece of masking tape to hold this screen in place, because I don't want it flopping all over the place. This is actually a 3D printer. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and flip this back over. And this wheel had come out. It looks like there's one side that's perfectly round, the other one that's kind of square. So it looks like the square end goes into the only end it fits in. And then we'll set that down there. I did notice when I was taking the screws out of this, they were kind of cattywampus in there from the factory, kind of going into the holes of this board sideways. So they're not lining up super great, but let me go ahead and get this ribbon cable. This little black part moves up and down. So when it's down, it's kind of in a locked position that'll hold the ribbon cable still. When it's up though, that's in the loose position, and it kind of rocks back and forth. So make sure that's in the up position, and then that allows you to slide this ribbon cable in there. There we go. So once the ribbon cable's in place, then you can take this little black part, and this one's big enough. Most of the time they're not big enough, but I can do that with my fingers. You slide it down, and now that ribbon cable's held firm in that spot. So correctly. Put these two screws back in, firm but not too firm. We'll bring the charger itself back over. Now we get the front panel kind of situated here. We got two plugs. One is coming from the power supply. Slid in there. Good to go. Sorry, this is hard to see. But we got the plug from the power supply into that. Obviously this would be different if it was the DC version. And then this plug into this. I'm trying to do this without putting too much pressure on that screen because I know it's weak. Now, moment of truth. Let's check this here and see if I did everything right before I screw it all back together. Hey, look at that. Screen is just like new. So that's exciting. Remove some of this tape situation, get these screws in. Right, so both of the front screws are in. I can take off the rest of this tape. There we go. This is quite dirty. Try to clean it up a little bit. I want the sticky kind of double-sided tape situation to stay sticky. Screen in place. Nice. And then finally, these last two screws on the bottom. There we go. Drop those in, and like brand new, I've got a totally repaired Hobbymate charger. It seems like Liam or someone else had made a protective screen cover for this. I'll go ahead and put a link to that on Thingiverse in the description so you can check that out. If you get a chance, if you know him on Facebook and this was helpful to you, be sure and say thank you. Yeah, that's it, guys. This is something I had to fix, so I figured I would share the process of doing it. Nonetheless, thank you guys for coming along for the ride. We are going to catch you next time on Heart of America FPV. Later.